Mhm.
Um, I I have never discussed this with anybody ever.
If you don't mind, if you can share what was the symptoms that you had? So even if our listeners right now are listening and they can say, wait a minute, I'm going through that same thing that Aloma is going through.
Um, definitely had a lot of shortness of breath in the last 6 months. I literally would get winded walking upstairs. So to have that, that was like, what the hell is going on? Um, I had a lot of, I hear people talking about clearing their throat constantly or not being able to swallow. I always had glue in my throat. I always felt like I had glue in there. Um, I so in the last year or so, I started getting a lot of like little freckles, but down underneath my breasts. I don't know what they are. And strangely, that's also on the list. So,
Mm.
chronic neck and back pain. My shoulders were always really bad. It's gonna, do some things to you. But because I had the contracture with the capsules, they were pulling on different parts of my chest. And, the way it was just explained to me is that it's basically like you're a marionette inside and it's pulling on all these different parts of you and pulling you out of whack and, tugging on things that you shouldn't have anything in there pulling on your body parts like
Mm.
that. Chronic fatigue, inflammation. I mean, I just did a before and after picture earlier today. My face was so puffy the day of my surgery that I almost didn't even recognize myself. Joint pain, brain fog. Ugh. I I'll tell you a quick little thing. I was driving to my friend's house one day from another part of town. I started to get on the highway and I was like, "Wait a minute. I don't remember which way I'm supposed to go." I drove back and forth on the bridge, on the overpass,
Mhm.
like 4 times before I finally realized I was supposed to go that way. I mean, it would just be the most random brain farts, and it was really bad, and it was, kind of alarming because, I'm too young for Alzheimer's. I mean, that's in my head, I was like, "Please tell me it's not Alzheimer's, because that's horrible." But, just random things like that. Um, I will say that and this one is kinda sensitive, but I had very low libido.
Mhm.